Oh, cool. I think I found it. What I'm actually in search of is something I've passed by tons of times driving along I-70, going in through 10 Mile Canyon, going up to Copper Mountain Ski Resort. Right as you're coming into the canyon, if you look on the right-hand side, you'll see up on the mountainside a wooden structure. And I think oftentimes it gets mistaken for like old railroad tracks or a railroad bridge that goes across there, and it's not. What it actually is the remnants of a water flue for the Buffalo Placer mine. So there was a miner who had been up here since around 1900. His name was Colonel Lemuel Kingsbury, and he was working to bring water to a place called the Salt Lick Mine, which is actually on this side of the mountain, on Buffalo Mountain. And so what he did was, he and his team came up here and they dug this canal, and then they had to have a way to get it across the rocks over here. So they built a wooden structure that actually carried the water past there. And the water itself was used for hydraulic mining. So in 1934, the water was critical for the Salt Lick hydraulic mine. So hydraulic mining, if you're not familiar with it, is essentially taking a huge water cannon and just blasting the shit out of the side of the mountain. And whatever you can extract from there, great. These are definitely in the days before we had laws and procedures around how you conduct mining. I think that I got to the end of the canal and where the structure kind of starts. All right, so yeah, so what we're actually looking at is the remnants of the water flume system that was carrying water from the canal I walked in to get here over to where the actual Salt Lick mine was, which is over in Wilderness, over on the other side of that kind of ridge. And so what happened was that Colonel Kingsbury figured that he would take some of the water from the North 10 Mile Creek here and divert it so that he could support the hydraulic mining that he was running at the Salt Lick mine over in Wilderness. And so when they were digging the canal, they ran up against a problem, which was this is all rock and it's fairly steep. So they had to build the wooden flue structure that you still see here today. And this was in 1934. Now, the problem is Colonel Kingsbury didn't actually have the water rights to pull water out of the North 10 Mile. And if there's a singular power in Colorado, it's water rights. That was as true then as it is today. So this flume only operated for about a year until the actual owners of the water rights cut off Colonel Kingsbury's access, and this had to shut down. But for a year, this is a mighty achievement to have built this structure up on the side of the mountain. Well, that was very cool, yeah. Definitely could have been nicer days. The snow and rain, maybe not the best, but got to get outside, right? Looks like I got a moose trail buddy. I figured there was one around. I saw some fresh moose poop a little bit ago, so